Alright guys, no intro video, no nothing, okay, no music. We just gonna talk about the fight. The coach worked about 18 hours yesterday, so when I got home, I was like, nope, I don't want to watch no fights, no nothing. I just went to sleep. That's how it is, okay? But I'm gonna definitely talk about this fight. This was a good fight for as long as it lasted. It was a real good fight. Um, I was getting so frustrated with the commentating. I was getting extremely frustrated because it's almost like it kind of killed them to give Brandon Rios any credit. I thought Brandon Rios was doing good. I thought he was doing actually quite well in this fight until he got stopped. I thought he was doing good. And after round 8, I actually had it. I had it 5 rounds to 3, okay, in favor of Danny Garcia. So to me, the fight was close. Okay, the fight was close, and Brandon Rios actually had a chance to really turn it around. But I had already given 3 rounds to Garcia to Rios. So Rios, he was definitely staying in on the inside, which I thought for him was good. It's when Rios tried to get on the outside of Danny Garcia, that's when he started taking the most punishment. When he got in on the inside, he was doing some pretty good work. I just thought Rios was doing a little bit too much head hunting, man. A lot of head hunting. And me personally, I thought the body of Danny Garcia was right there. Okay, he should have been throwing leather to that body because Danny Garcia don't move that well anyway. And if you really dig into the body of a guy that don't move well, you completely immobilize the guy. I mean, actually, man, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and this is my opinion, okay? I think Brandon Rios, he did a lot better than what people thought he was gonna do. Like he did a lot better. And actually, if this was Brandon Rios maybe from about 3 or 4 years ago, like the Brandon Rios that hadn't taken this much damage, this fight probably could have been a draw, man, and it could have been real close. Danny just, I don't know, man. It's like Danny Garcia was waiting, man, and waiting and waiting for Rios to do something. And then he was trying to play really defensive, and that don't work for Danny Garcia. I felt like Danny Garcia should have been standing in the pocket but slipping punches and countering. And I mean, that's what I thought Danny Garcia. That's where he's strongest at. He's not strong trying to back up. Danny Garcia, he can't fight off the back foot. And the more that Brandon Rios kept pushing Danny Garcia back, the less offensive Danny Garcia was. But when Danny Garcia, when he stood and countered, that's when Brandon Rios couldn't do nothing with Danny Garcia. Couldn't do a thing. Um, Now up in round 8, I thought Brandon Rios had a really good round 8, and Steve Farhood, I want to slap him. It's like, okay, come on, man. Brandon Rios outworking the guy, completely outworking Danny Garcia, and you can't give him a round. I understand clean, effective punching, man, but if a guy is throwing 20 more punches and outlanding a guy, that guy's winning the round, man, most of the time. Yeah, I just didn't like it, man. They didn't want to give Rios any kind of credit. Now round 9, Danny Garcia was being very patient, and I said, oh, and I kept saying in my head, Danny Garcia finna set this guy up with something, man. And Rios, I don't know, man. He stayed on the outside, and he would throw this little paw and jab, but I'm like, no, man, use that jab and get in on the inside before Danny Garcia get it, before he started getting off. I was like, man, he need to do something. He need to hurry up and get in on the inside before it's too late. And as soon as I started saying that, man, as soon as I said it, Danny Garcia set Brandon Rios up. He threw a left jab. Then he came back with a right cross, man. I thought he about knocked Brandon Rios' head off of his damn body. Like literally, I thought he knocked Brandon Rios' head clean off his body. Like Brandon Rios, when Danny Garcia hit him and knocked him down, Brandon Rios literally damn near looked like one of them video game characters. I mean, you know how you knock one of them out, man, and then they got this little goofy expression on their face and they just fall out. That kind of knockout. That's what this looked like, man. I mean, it was almost like Brandon Rios looked like he got ragdoll. Like, dude, his body was motionless. I'm talking about, I ain't never seen Brandon Rios get knocked down with a headshot. I mean, I was like, okay, if Danny Garcia gonna win this fight, it's gonna be with a body shot. No, I was wrong. Okay, Brandon Rios got ragdoll, man. I'm talking about, he got hit so hard, his body ragdoll. Like, God, dog, man. Danny hit him hard, man. And I think, I think the referee, and I forget this guy's name. I forget him. He's been in so many fights. But I'm glad that he stopped the fight, man. Kenny Bayless, that's his name. I'm glad Kenny Bayless stopped the fight because Brandon Rios got up. He got back up. And, you got to be like, God, dog, you hit this dude with that much, and he's still getting up. And I wonder what Danny Garcia was thinking. He's probably thinking, okay, if he get back up, I'm finna go in for the kill. And I'm shocked, man, that Robert Garcia, didn't think about throwing in the towel, man. But some of these trainers, man, they don't believe in that, man. And I think Robert Garcia is one of those guys. He just don't believe in throwing in the towel, man. He believe in letting the guy go out on his shield. And I think that's what Brandon Rios wanted. But then, man, I don't know, man. Brandon Rios, he got up, but he didn't seem like he wanted to go back, man. Because Brandon had that look like, man, dang, I ain't never been hit that hard. I've never been hit that hard. But he got up, though, man. And I'm giving Brandon Rios a lot of props, man, because, it's like, God, hey, man, how many ways are you going to not give the guy any kind of credit? How many ways? But Danny Garcia looked vulnerable. I mean, guys, think about it. If Danny Garcia, to me, he didn't do as well as I thought he was going to. I thought he was going to get Brandon Rios up out of there quick. How do you think how do you think Danny Garcia does against this guy? How do you think he does? Or this guy? How do you think he do against that guy? Or, how do you think he does against this guy? I wonder. And finally, what about this coward? How do you think he does in a rematch against this coward? Yeah, I wonder. But all four of these guys, they look at Danny Garcia as food. All four of these guys look at Danny Garcia as food. I'm telling y'all. And all four of these guys look at Danny Garcia as a very winnable fight, an easy fight for them. Now, Danny Garcia has an equalizer. He's got a right hand, and he's got a left hook. But that's about it. These guys right here, they're going to be hunting after Danny Garcia after this fight. I promise you. They're going to be calling him out. They're going to be saying anything they can to get him into the ring, okay? Even Keith Thurman a coward. But, guys, this is your boy, Coach Sheldon Harrison. I'm done. What are you guys waiting on? Subscribe.